everyone, welcome to my channel. This is actually my very first booktube video, so I'm a little nervous but also very excited. If you love books, reading slums, or just honest book opinions, you are in the right place. So today, for the very first video, I'm doing a tier ranking of all my 5-star reads. These are some of my 5-star reads that have stayed with me emotionally, mentally, long after I finished them. This is completely based on my personal reading experience, not any hype or popularity. These are the 22 books that I've given 5-star reads in the span of a couple of years. So first tier is I've divided my ratings into 4 tiers. First is unforgettable reads, books that changed something in me. Second, we have very nice plot. They have amazing storyline but not life altering. Third is very nice ambience, obviously vibes, writing style, and atmosphere. That's how I used to give ratings to books earlier. And fourth one is I was being nice. They were good books, but maybe overhyped for me. And in order to not get attacked by the public, I rated them 5 stars. So all of these are 5 stars. I'm just ranking them honestly right now. So first we have Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice. I think when I first read this book, this was my first classic. So when I first read this book, it was quite popular in like 2020 during COVID, and I was reading it, and somewhere I was. It has no that amazing plot or not, but it has quite bright ambience for me, and I was totally new to the classics area. Then I really loved the ambience of it, the vibes of it, and that's the reason I think I gave 5 stars. And Darcy, that was my very first introduction to fictional characters, Mr. Darcy. So yeah, it is best suited there in very nice ambience it had. Then we have Metamorphosis. Oh my God, this is such a beautiful read of 2025, and I finished it in one day. That's the shortest I've ever finished any single book in my life. So obviously, unforgettable reads. I was crying while reading this book. This is one of the few books that have ever made me cry. Loved it. I would like to read it again. Next, we have The Wicked King. It had very nice plot. Yes, much better than The Cruel Prince. I did not like The Cruel Prince, though I liked the ambience of it, but it was not that good to put it into a 5-star series. So Wicked King, very nice plot. Next we have The Kite Runner. Obviously, there has to be no question where to put this book. This is the first one of the first books that I've ever read, and that got me into reading. So Kite Runner is the one. I just could not reread this book because I think I know the plot, or I think I'm not ready to go through go through that adventure again. I don't think anybody would want to go through that adventure again. So Kite Runner, unforgettable read. If you have not read this book, it's high time you read it and just finish it and then finish yourself too. Next we have George Clason, The Richest Man in the Babylon. It had no plot, it had no ambience, and I was not being nice either. So I think it's an unforgettable read. I still think about it. It's a non-fiction book, but it's very good. It had so beautiful stories, and it's not beautiful stories, kind of eye-opening stories that were motivating us to take risk, to take risk, to take advantage of the youthfulness that you have right now, because later on you won't be able to take the same advantage. Time won't be coming back to your life. Next, we have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I don't very nicely remember the plot of it. All I remember is it had very nice ambience. I mean, I was so much into this Harry Potter world and Hogwarts that I just gave it 5 stars because of the ambience, because of the experience that it had me on, because of the experience. Next, we have Perks of Being Wallflower. Unforgettable reads. If there is one book that I go back in time and reread, it would be Perks of Being a Wallflower. I wanted the younger version of mine to reread this book, to feel this book. I think had I think it was very relatable and one of the very few relatable books I've ever read. So unforgettable read. Next we have Queen of Nothing. Again, very nice plot. Plot twist were quite amazing. The way the gardens, the characters were, the escaping, and they were like fighting against the politics, or against that dystopian kind of fiction, but in the fantasy genre. So I really like the plot of it. Next we have Copycat Marketing. I think I should have put another tier for the knowledge, but no. It had no plot. Obviously, it had no plot. Not no ambience. Obviously, I was not being nice. It's not unforgettable, but it's, yeah. I think I put it in a very nice plot. It had no plot. It's a non-fiction. Obviously, non-fictions don't have plots, but it's quite eye-opening too. I still remember a few examples, instances that were given in the book to elaborate on the importance of the copycat marketing, the copycat, the human ways, the way human copycat things, and the way humans have been copycatting since they were born. So from your infancy to adulthood, all we humans are doing is copying others. So that's the copycat marketing. How to copy things to get success, to get closer to the success. Next, we have Inheritance Games. Obviously, very nice plot. It had for very first time. I mean, the plot was quite amazing. A poor girl getting lots of money, lots of exposure, experience, the richness that she had never ever thought in her life. So I think inheritance games, and the suspense was also there. The thrilling part was also there. Hawthorne brothers were there. So very nice plot. Atomic Habits. Mm, I think I was being nice, to be honest. I think Atomic Habits l- did not create any impact on my journey of habits. I think I'm teaching myself the discipline, so I don't give. I think Atomic Habits did nothing to me. I just read them. Page, it was a page turner. Quickly turn to page second, and a new advice pops up, and then read it, and then quickly turn to the second. Nothing was there. Next we have the Sally Rooney. Yeah, next we have the Sally Rooney. Maybe I was being nice. Yeah, it was quite popular when I was reading it, and everybody, Bookstagram was praising it, appreciating it. I don't think I remember a lot of it. I think 5 star was too much for this book. It would have been 4 star. Yeah, it would have been 4 star read because I don't remember the characters anymore. I don't remember anything about the book. All I know is I finished this book and I gave 5 stars to it. I don't remember why. I think it was because of a guy. There was a guy named, I don't remember anything about this book. Palace of Illusions, obviously unforgettable reads. Oh, oh, most by Indian author. I read less books by Indian author. I don't know, maybe because they were not quite popular. They are right now they're getting some fame, but earlier I don't think they were quite popular. So I read this Divakaruni, Sita Divakanu, Palace of Illusions, and fall in love with this book. Chef Kiss, this book was amazing. I mean, the chemistry that this book had shown, any romantic book couldn't have done it for me. I enjoyed the chemistry here, Vikram and Draupadi's chemistry. I adore that book. So I just devoured this book like in a couple of days. I think yeah, it took me 5 days to finish this book. And as a full-time mathematics honor student, so I think I did a great job, and I think Diva Karuni did a great job. Next, we have how successful people think. Again, I think I was being nice. I don't want to give low ratings to a book that's mentioning success or successful because I thought that that would have my success too. So yeah, I think that's why I was being nice. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, unforgettable. Very first Harry Potter, I've never ever experienced such ambience anymore. It had good ambience and had strong plot line. Everything was there. I was enjoying Harry's, Ron, Hermione's friendship. The building, the character development was there. The Hogwarts new culture was there. The mortal, immortal, few more terms that I've never encountered before in any other fictional books. So obviously, unforgettable reads. And Karenina Leo Tolstoy, I think it's unforgettable. It's unforgettable because yeah, it was. The characters were quite real. They were not fictional. I never imagined the characters to be fictional. They were like while I was reading this book, I was imagining them. So it was kind of movie that was going on while reading these books. So Anna Karenina is, I mean, I adore this book a lot, and I have a most annotated book, by the way, Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. Next, we have Crime and Punishment. I read this in 2025. I was going through a roller coaster while reading this book. It had never made me happy. No, it had never ever made me happy. There was no moment in this book that had, that had satisfied me, that had pleasured me. Nothing was there. Still, it that I think that's what makes it one of my unforgettable reads because yeah, the story was real. It was not fictional, but at the same time, I was reading it. So it's a fictional book. I don't know, Dostoevsky, and this was my first book by Dostoevsky, and I adored this book a lot. I think I'll be rereading it. There were some characters that I really enjoyed, and I think move on to the next books. Next, we have The Racketeer. Amazing plot. John Grisham was. I just read one book, and this was the copy that a cousin of mine gave me and told me to read this book and let me know how do you think about this book. And I read it in like 4 to 5 settings. And it was so good. It has such a nice plot. It's a story of a prisoner who is planning an escape from the prison, and then he went through plastic surgery, and then he's doing his anyhow he has to escape from the police, and the process of going through that escaping zone of that guy, it was so adventurous. It was superb. I really, really recommend this book if you love thrillers. And the Racketeer by John Grisham, absolute favorite of mine. Next, we have The Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. I think I was no, yeah, I think for most of the non-uniform, no, I mean for most of the non-fiction books, I believe I was being nice while putting them in the 5 star zone. I don't know why I think so. But Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, again, I was being nice. It was a good book, though I don't remember anything about this book anymore now. I think I have to put it through my 4 star list now. It's no more there in my 5 star books. Animal Farm by George Orwell, second book by George Orwell. First, I've read 1984 by him. Shunned, totally shocked by that book. Then we have this Animal Farm. I was speechless. I was speechless. I was feeling like a donkey while reading The Animal Farm. I mean, that creature, that creature, the donkey that was symbol that was representing. I don't know. I was just speechless. I think I need some more fiction like this. So it's absolutely terrific read and one of the best read of 2025. Murakami, Norwegian Wood by Murakami. No, it had very nice ambience. I think, yeah, it had very nice ambience. The Japanese culture, the slowly movement of the story, the slow movement of the story, the touching, heart touching experience that I went through while reading this book was truly unforgettable. I still think that I should reread this book, and I think I won't be changing my opinion of it giving a 5 star. Next, we have The House Guest. Very nice. It is a collection of stories, and they're all are weird stories. I mean, oh my god, I do recollect some of them, and they were all pretty weird. I mean, I was like, while finishing each story, I was like calming down myself and thinking to and hoping that next would be less weird than the earlier one. I think that was quite a moment for me and the house guest. So yeah, that's it. All the 22 books I have ever given 5 stars. So they are tier right now. I think if I reread them, I think the unforgettable read won't be changed. The tier, very nice plot. Yeah, it won't be changing either. I think the ratings would be the mostly affected would be very nice ambience and I was being nice. They will be. I think I'll be putting them in 4 star rating or 3.75. I don't know. I mean, very nice plot and unforgettable reads are the ones that are going to be my 5 star reads, all time favorites. And I recommend this to you all too. So thank you if you stayed till the end. And don't forget to subscribe to my sorry for my sickness. Sorry, I'm not feeling good right now. So thank you. Thank you everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye.